Go ahead, David.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for being here once again. So it's an amazing pleasure and privilege to have you here in this session. And now we are ready to begin with this fantastic session, which is that industrial technology students believe on the impact of parental guidance and support to the online learning in the university. This time, we have a specialist, a well-recognized teacher and professor. So his name is Romel. He is a doctor and he holds a Doctor of Philosophy in English Language Studies. He served as the research coordinator of the College of Industrial Technology, Batangas State University, GPLPC, Malbar, Philippines. He has been teaching English language and literature courses in more than a decade. He's also a member and reviewer of various international research journals, editor-in-chief of the Journal for Industrial Technology, Education and Management, curriculum planner and designer, book author, editor, member of American Association of University Supervisors, Coordinators, and Directors of Language Programs, and a consistent resource guest, a speaker of UPNFM's International English Teaching Conference. So we are privileged to have you here, Dr. Romel. And well, the microphone is all yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Romel Aceron. So I would like to present to you my title, Industrial Technology Students' Beliefs on the Impact of Parental Guidance and Support to their Online Learning in the University. The rationale of the paper, it is essential to explore among first-year students beliefs on the impact of parental guidance and support to their online learning in the university. Since not all universities and colleges in both private and public sectors are well equipped with a distance education for teaching and learning processes, particularly in the Philippines, unlike other countries and nations. Since the teachers, instructors, and professors were oriented and guided on this educational reform, research them to explore on how the parental guidance and support impacted the students' online learning. Challenges in online learning. The pandemic has necessitated a worldwide transformation in the education system, leading to significant changes in strategic leadership, management, and the implementation of educational practices. Educational institutions, both public and private, have transitioned to online education, utilizing internet, connectivity, and modular teaching methods to adapt to the crisis. Fabris and 2001. Providing flexible teaching and learning opportunities through various synchronous and asynchronous formats. The integration of technology access to resources in internet connectivity has facilitated online credited recovery programs which enhance educational opportunities for students. Other elements for technology integrated education or smart education, including smart classroom, smart environments, and smart campuses, have also been instrumental in supporting online learning. Additionally, collaborative online international learning experiences have provided opportunities for global collaboration and networking. Although challenges related to equity and contribution have been identified. In other words, the pandemic indirectly sped up the evolution process of the education system. The parental academic involvement and expectations. Essentially, parental involvement and support play an important role in their children's academic success, either face-to-face or online. That is Hansen 2011. The impact of parental guidance can have far-reaching effects on their daily lives, especially for university students. Moneva and Gonzaga asserted that parental motivation fosters positive behavior and interest in learning, benefiting students' abilities and engagement. Pan and Chen similarly emphasized that parental involvement positively influenced academic achievement. Chow and stated that there are varying degrees and many opportunities for parents to play a role in children's learning. According to them, there are basic obligations of parental education, communication between school and family, parental involvement in the school, and parents' involvement in family learning activities. The study implied that when parents pay more attention to tutoring their children throughout the process of online learning, to their children's mental health, their role was strengthened in parental instruction in encouragement. So this further explains that motivation among their students or children would likely develop confidence and ability to explore and to identify their value as students while they are experiencing pandemic crisis. The research objectives, based on the pressing issue, the study significantly aimed to assess the industrial technology students' beliefs on the impact of parental guidance and support on their online learning at Batangas State University, the National Engineering University of the Philippines. Specifically, the study aimed to describe the profile of the respondents as to sex and age, and assess the relationship between the profile to the beliefs of the respondents on parental guidance and support in online learning at the university. And number two, the impact of parental guidance and support to the respondents' online learning in the university. From the results, the researcher planned to develop a leaflet containing tips on how parents can provide effective guidance and support to their children in the university. So I provided here in the research method the hypothesized model. So I have the structural model here that number one is the first objective is on the belief of the industrial technology students. Then the other one is the impact of parental guidance and support to their online learning. So it is shown in figure one, the hypothesized model. So this is a descriptive quantitative research that is utilized and conducted using the chi-square as well as the linear regression. The research results and discussion. So the profile of the respondents, we have the figures 3 and 4 present the profile of the respondents in terms of sex and age. As you can see in figure 3, sex of the respondents, majority of the respondents are female with a 47 frequency, 52.2% are slightly more than males with a frequency of 42 and 47%. While the data indicates that most of the participants were females, the difference can be considered insignificant. Distribution is important to test the sex as a factor in influencing the results to ensure the validity of the findings in terms of age. It can be in the figure 4 that majority of the respondents belong to 19 to 20 years old, 76 to 70%, followed by 17 years old, 17, 18.90%, and those 21 years old and above, 4 and 4.40%. The data makes sense of first-year populations since it is common for students to continue the bachelor's after finishing 1 year or 2 bridging programs instead of directly from high school. The older the participants may pursue a second degree, change degree programs, or simply start later than common practice. Here is the summary scores of the Likert scale, mean range and opinion strength. Deductively, the summarized Likert score, main ranges and verbal interpretation of the students' beliefs, parental guidance, and support to their online learning in the university are presented in Table 1. Students' beliefs and parental guidance and support to their online learning in the university. Here, Figure 3 shows female respondents, 47%. Meanwhile, Table 2 below presented the scores for the impact of parental guidance support in students' online learning as rated by respondents. Impact of parental guidance and support on students' online learning using the Likert 1 to 5, the main ranges here in verbal interpretation. So the beliefs of parental guidance and support in online learning in the university provide a profile of the respondents. Table 3 below presents the mean verbal interpretation and rank for the first part of the questionnaire. Guidance and support referred to show how parents or guardians guide and support the students. Number 1 here. Number 2 up to 15 items. So the results presented in Table 3 indicate that the participants strongly agree that parental motivation encourages self-confidence with 3.6, inspires them to finish their studies, 3.54, and serve as model, 3.53. Additionally, they agree that parental motivations foster an open atmosphere and expressing career preferences, 3.5, helps discover talents and skills, 3.5, encourages and participation, 3.5, instills positive thinking, 3.49, and provides moral guidance. Subsequently, although ranked lower in importance, the participants agree that parents confront the ear, mean 3.11, reprimand them for silly behavior, 3.28, set rules to be followed, and establish schedules for promptness and organizations, 3.3, and guide them to be hardworking, determined, 3.43. Overall, the study reveals that students recognize the significant role of their parents in motivating, guiding, and supporting and disciplining them. These findings highlight the significance of the involvement and support in students' academic activities, both at home and at the university, as mentioned by Ho, 2009. Students' profile, beliefs, and assessment on the impact of parental guidance and support. You can see the chi-square value and the p-value decision and the null hypothesis of interpretation.
Well, but the focus is mostly on what they didn't do well. And students are evaluated, receive grades. But those grades only means whether they are good writers.
Okay. Based on the test, computed null hypothesis model, the chi-square of value 2.47 is lesser than the p-value of study failed to reject the null hypothesis on the association between the respondent's sex and their beliefs on the parental and support in online learning in the university. This explains that the sex of students has no association and effect on their beliefs about parental guidance and support to their online learning at the university. Addition, there is no difference between how males and females perceive things about online learning, the pandemic, contracting, and the notion by Tan Medom et al. 2016. Both males and females feeling motivation, guidance, and support, as well as set of discipline at home that reflects the unique behavior in school activities and tasks and performance with validated notion of the algama, as in the literature review. However, the study chi-square value of 5.8 is greater than the p-value of successfully rejected, as the association between the respondents' age and their beliefs on parental guidance and support in online in the university is significant. It means that as students mature, they become more aware of what in their surroundings. They become more motivated when they feel guidance and support from their parents, in addition to being disciplined at home, which also reflects on their perception of schools and activities. The student's age has significant association with their assessment of impact of parental guidance support on their online learning at the university, confirming the literature that tackled POC 2003 from mentioned that younger students were more stressed during emergency remote learning. The impact of parental guidance support in students' online learning portrays the summarized results of for mean verbal interpretation rank of the impact of parental guidance support on students' online learning from the second part of the questionnaire. The respondents were found to be consistently believe that parental guidance support positively affect their creativity and productivity in school projects assignment. They also perceive diligence and patience, awareness of right, wrong, avoidance, still, and completion of studies for future improvement. And although the participants believe that parental guidance leads to their active participation, school activities, this involvement helps students become good role models, adheres to rules, avoid manage schedules, and nurture talents. The overall result of the study reveals that students strongly believe in the significance that parental guidance supports in their academic success, motivation, creativity, and productivity during online learning duration. Parental involvement was proved to be positive, influence students' behavior, adherence to rules, and participation in both academic and non-academic activities. Furthermore, parental guidance is deduced to be crucial for students' satisfaction and performance in online learning, especially in the context of pandemic. This indicates that collaborative efforts between teachers and parents can also improve students' academic performance and well-being. These findings confirm the studies by Pop and Korabla, by Ho and Mahathi, as discussed in the literature review. The results as shown in Table 5 were further tested to challenge the second null hypothesis that no significant association between the respondent's profile and their assessment of the parental guidance and support on their online learning at the university. The result is displayed in table below. As shown in table, the test computed null hypothesized model with a formula and thus lesser than the p-value of 6.32 that indicates that the study failed to reject null for sex factors. Similarly, there is no significant association between the respondents' age and sex and their assessments of the parental guidance support in online learning at the university. While the finding may seem to studies the tackle of Karalbualana, who highlighted the relationship between the age, may ascertain the notion of Momanye et al. 2015 that while age affects the performance, it does not mean that students' motivation. Thus, it is presumed that external factors were present that affect the participation, feelings, and attitudes leading to resulting behavior. Final null hypothesis stated that students' beliefs have no significant effect on the assessment of the impact of parental guidance support on their online learning at the university. Based on the results of the previous test with the null hypothesized model, the study accepted the null hypothesis. Number 3, it was discovered that the beliefs have no significant effect on their assessment of the impact of parental guidance and support in online learning at the university. The result also may show that there may be other factors of great value that have significant effect on the student's assessment on the impact of parental guidance support on their online learning in the university. As you can see here, the corrected model, only the age and the beliefs have association or impact. From all 3 tested hypotheses, the researcher proposed a corrected model concerning between the descriptive profile of students with their beliefs on parental involvement. Visualize the above. As shown in the figure, as age is deducted to have a direct impact on the beliefs of the students, while older students require less direct parental support, they highly recognize the impact of their learning and the online learning experience. Recommendation, this focus on the increase more inclusive and comprehensive student satisfaction and experience for the involvement students. A seminar should be organized to educate parents about the benefits of providing this and support. Individual evaluations of students to identify specific problems can help in producing and helpful content of solutions during the seminar. The Office for Research Development and Extension Services can initiate the seminar in collaboration with external partnering agency or local government unit to avoid adding more burden to the university's instructors. The theme of this is suggested as parents, community, school partnership and involvement, bridging the gaps for students' academic success and well-being. Furthermore, a partnership program should be established to promote family and community involvement in various topics such as parenting, learning at home, communication, volunteering, decision-making, and community collaboration, while noting the trust and respect between the home, school, and community. Essentially, the training program should be provided to volunteers and extensionists to ensure effective assistance. The university must strive to involve all parents, create a welcome atmosphere, maintain a positive, establish regular communication with families, then to promote initiatives from parents to regulate their children, academic progress, and provide support in moral and physical aspects of prior and on parental guidance and support should be developed and distributed during the planned program. Additionally, the study suggests conducting an impact assessment of sustainable development geared towards the future to ensure continuous improvement of the process by consistently assessing client satisfaction feedback to make necessary improvements. Thank you very much for your listening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Romel, for sharing with us this great research. So we have seen that you have conducted a magnificent research, and we are extremely thankful for that. So let's see if there is any question from the audience. Don't forget, if you want to ask any questions, so please type them on the chat box, and then we can ask these questions to Dr. Romel. Brenna Wood says, parent involvement is crucial, definitely. Thank you.
Good morning. Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
It was good to know about your research. My name is Jenny, and I was just wondering if there was. I'm sorry if I missed this information. If you already talked about this, I was wondering if there was any information on the academy or the preparation, academic preparation of the parents that participated in the research.
Actually, the participation of the parents of the research is not actually part of the studies. Only the focus is the first year college students, industrial technology students, their beliefs on how parental guidance and support impacted to their online learning.
Oh, I see. Thank you. I was wondering about that because I was thinking, okay, it could be interesting to know what is the academic training of the parents so that they can guide the students in a better way. I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I was wondering about that. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So actually, from the proposals, from the recommendations that I have mentioned, so that academic involvement and engagement or any track of the academic of the parents will be tackled maybe in the recommendations as part of the activity of this research project.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Romel, I think there is another question here. Do you think teachers should work on educating parents skills like teaching them how to help their children at home?
Pardon, sir?
Do you think teachers should work on educating parents skills like
Yeah,
teaching them how to help
yeah.
their children at home?
Definitely, definitely. That is one of the reasons why I recommended some of the projects, okay, here in the research, that educating the parents are very essential so that it will holistically develop, okay, the engagement, the active participation of their children in school.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
And sir,
There's another question.
one additional point there is providing the leaflet, okay, the flyer will be a way for educating or to educate the parents, because this leaflet or flyer will be providing information how they will be able to guide their children, even though they are busy at work, busy on certain thing, but still they have the responsibility to monitor, guide, tutor, and support their children. So this is actually the reason why we provided the leaflet or the flyers, and we will be distributing this during and the planned activities, the conference, the orientation to the parents, and this will be distributed among them. That is one step. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are more than welcome to have you here. So thank you so much, Dr. Romel, for being with us in this conference.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much to the audience and to the organizer. Thank you so much, sir. Conference, the orientation to the parents.
Okay,
and this
thank
will
you.
be
Bye-bye.
distributed among. Thank you, Sir David.
My pleasure.